Well, good morning, holiday family. How is everybody today? Guess what we're doing? We are now on our last lesson in this book about North America. This is lesson number 20. I'm Granny Patty, and I'm your narrator. All right, introduction to Panama. Today is our last day exploring North America together. This has been an amazing journey through the continent of North America. Hopefully, this last day exploring Panama is as much fun as the rest of them have been. It's been fun for me. Panama is the isthmus connecting North America to South America. This S-shaped piece of land is a remarkable country full of tropical rainforests and white sand beaches. Panama City is well known as an exciting city to visit and the jumping off point for many adventures in this beautiful nation. There was a word that I just said, and it says isthmus. And according to what I've got here, what is that? An isthmus is a narrow strip of land that connects two larger land masses together and separates two bodies of water. In Panama's case, it connects North America to South America and separates the Caribbean Sea from the Gulf of Panama and the Pacific Ocean. Look at it on your map. It's really, I can tell you, it's an amazing spot to see. When I went to see the Panama Canal, I've got pictures on my phone, love to share it with you. Okay, features and landmarks. The Panama Canal is said to be one of the wonders of the modern world. The idea of a man-made waterway through the Isthmus of Panama was first brought up in the 16th century. The Spanish thought it would be a good idea to have a shorter route from the Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean rather than going around the southern tip of South America. Although this idea was discussed many times through the centuries, it was determined that a sea-level canal was not feasible because it rains 9 months out of the year in Panama. This potential for flooding prevented the project from starting. In the late 19th century, a lock system was developed to make the canal feasible without flooding. These locks are essentially like water stairs. Gates close around a ship and the lock is filled with water, causing the ship to rise. The ships then move into man-made Gatun Lake and proceed to the other side where locks are used again and water is drained to lower the ships back to sea level. The original construction on the canal began in the 1880s with French engineers at the helm, but they eventually abandoned the project. In 1904, the United States took over the project, and the canal was officially opened in August of 1914, with the United States controlling the canal. That's 10 years it took them to build it. The U.S. controlled the canal until 1977, when they struck a deal to share control with Panama. To begin the 21st century, control of the canal was given over to Panama on the last day of 1999. Wow, I didn't know that. Well, if I did, I didn't remember it. The extension activity researched the Panama Canal further. How long is it? How did they get water in it for the first time? How long does it take to travel through it? Who uses the canal? Those are all really good questions you can answer. Okay, what's in the Panama Canal? The rainforests, rivers, and swamps of the Darien province lead up to a natural border between Colombia and Panama. The Darien Gap is a dense, nearly impenetrable forest along the political border of the two nations. This forest lies within the Darien National Park, the largest protected nature area in all of Central America and the Caribbean. This beautiful jungle has mountains rising to heights of 7,500 feet and several rivers that can be explored. Not only is this jungle home to unique plant life, but it also provides habitat to thousands of creatures, big and small, including animals like sloths, jaguars, and harpy eagles. There are numerous opportunities to explore a unique and unaltered jungle in the national park. Okay, extension activity. Look up pictures of Darien National Park. If you were able to go exploring here, what would you want to discover first? Gorgeous. Jaguars are beautiful big cats that can be found in the rainforests of Panama. They are the third biggest cats in the world, next to tigers and lions. Many ancient civilizations in Central and South America worshipped these cats as gods. These beautiful creatures look like leopards with tan skin and black spots, but their spots are more unique and often have a dot in the center. Some jaguars are even black. Black jaguars are often called black panthers, but if you look closely, you will see jaguar markings on the black background. Like tigers, jaguars are good swimmers and enjoy swimming as well as hunting aquatic animals. They eat fish, turtles, caimans, deer, capybaras, tapirs, and other land animals. They like to stalk and ambush their prey at night. Jaguars are mostly found in the tropical rainforest, but have also been known to live on savannas and in grasslands in Central and South America. Unfortunately, their numbers are declining because of habitat loss and illegal hunting. The destruction of rainforests in order to create grazing land and other agricultural uses has left these cats with a decreased habitat and more conflict with humans. What kind of food do they eat here? Like most places in Central America, food has been heavily influenced by Spanish and African flavors as well as the traditional indigenous flavors. But the food in Panama tends to be less intense than many of the flavors common in the other countries of Central America and the Caribbean. Panama's most common food staples include fresh fruit, rice, plantains, yucca, beef, chicken, seafood, and pork. These staples can be combined in many ways to make delicious dishes. Fried plantain and yucca are common as side dishes here. Yucca frita, fried yucca root, is the tropical version of French fries or chips. Plantains can be served several ways, including fried or baked, often sprinkled with salt when fried and cinnamon when baked. Panamanians eat a stew called sancocho, made with meat and vegetables. Tamales and empanadas can be found here with a Panamanian flair as well. Besides delicious tropical food, for dessert you can try a raspados, a Panamanian snow cone with sweet syrup and condensed milk, or try a piece of pastel de tres leches, 3 milks cake. This cake is saturated in cream, sweetened condensed milk, and evaporated milk before serving. Looks pretty good. I'm not sure I would try it, but I don't know. What's the history and culture of the Panaman? Panama has a long history of indigenous people groups with several still present in the country today. These indigenous people are known for their beautiful artwork that is popular with tourists. They are particularly known for their tagua nut carvings, and I may not be pronouncing that right. Tagua? These nuts are used to carve animals and make beautiful buttons and jewelry. Another common craft among indigenous peoples are their wood carvings from tropical hardwood as well as woven baskets. Activity break. Look up pictures of the tagua nut and the crafts made with it. Why is it sometimes called vegetable ivory? This small country was the first Spanish colony that reached the Pacific Ocean and an important staging ground for their further expansion to conquer the Incan culture in what is modern-day Peru. It provided a convenient space to transport goods from the coast of the Pacific to the Caribbean Sea and eventually the Atlantic Ocean and Spain. In the late 19th century, there had been significant changes to the governance of Panama. For the better part of the 19th century, tension had been growing in Panama, desiring independence from Colombia. By 1902, the Panamanians were ready for action. The United States had desired to finish the canal started by the French, but had been unsuccessful in reaching a deal with Colombia. So when the Panama decided they wanted freedom, the United States backed that claim and promised protection should Colombia choose to try to take them back by force. In exchange for this protection, the United States was granted control over the area where the Panama Canal is today. It truly is a sight to behold, you guys. One of the things that I learned while I was there is that we were not allowed to get off the ship. We actually spent the night on the other side of the canal and then came back. The reason we were not allowed to get off the ship is because Panama was still having some, shall I say, prejudice issues. And it just wasn't safe. It's not safe for shall I say, white people to get off the ship. I don't know if it's still happening today because I was there in 2014. So yeah, 10 years ago. Anyways, all right, hands-on activity, you guys. Make a beaded necklace or work out patterns with buttons. If you don't like beading, try to carve something from a block of wood. That's probably not a good idea for any of you guys. Use pictures of Panama indigenous artwork as inspiration. I think Grace and Jazzy and even Zachariah, I think you guys might enjoy some beading because you guys like that smaller work. Joshua, you might even be able to draw something. I don't know. Sounds like something you want to do, but I'm not recommending you guys carve anything with a knife. Leave that up to your dad. Oh, my darlings, darlings, darlings. We have reached the end of lesson 20. We have had all 20 lessons. I have enjoyed each and every one of them. I've learned a lot. And I'm just going to say, Granny Patty loves you. I look forward to seeing you. Hopefully I'll be able to see you tomorrow morning when I drop off the book. And we will talk to you soon. I love you. Bye.